This video is a read aloud for the formative assessment for SMS NTI Day 15. Feel free to pause and rewind as you listen, as you need. Read part of Act 2, Scene 4, then answer the questions that follow. The Diary of Anne Frank, Act 2, Scene 4, by Frances Goodrich and Albert Hackett. From 1942 to 1944, Anne kept a detailed diary of her life. Her family continued to hide, fearing the real possibility of being caught and removed to a Nazi concentration camp. Anne's words are a testimony to the courage of families like hers and the brave citizens who risked their safety to protect innocent lives. Anne, looking up through a skylight. "Look, Peter, the sky. What a lovely day. Aren't the clouds beautiful? You know what I do when it seems as if I couldn't stand being cooped up for one more minute? I think myself out. I think myself on a walk in the park where I used to go with Pim, where the daffodils and the crocus and the violets grow down the slopes. You know the most wonderful thing about thinking yourself out? You can have it any way you like. You can have roses and violets and chrysanthemums all blooming at the same time. It's funny. I used to take it all for granted, and now I've gone crazy about everything to do with nature. Haven't you?" Peter, barely lifting his face. "I've just gone crazy. I think if something doesn't happen soon, if we don't get out of here, I can't stand much more of it." Anne, softly. "I wish you had a religion, Peter." Peter, bitterly, as he rolls over. "No thanks, not me." Anne, "Oh, I don't mean you have to be orthodox or believe in heaven and hell and purgatory and things. I just mean some religion. It doesn't matter what, just to believe in something. When I think of all that's out there, the trees and flowers and seagulls, when I think of the dearness of you, Peter, and the goodness of the people we know, Mr. Crawler, Meep, Dirk, the vegetable man, all risking their lives for us every day. When I think of these good things, I'm not afraid anymore. I find myself and God, and I—" Peter, impatiently, as he gets to his feet. "That's fine, but when I begin to think, I get mad. Look at us, hiding out for 2 years, not able to move, caught here like, waiting for them to get us. And all for what?" Anne rises and goes to him. "We're not the only people who've had to suffer. There have always been people that have had to, sometimes one race, sometimes another, and yet—" Peter, sitting on upstage end of bed. "That doesn't make me feel any better." Anne, "I know it's terrible trying to have any faith when people are doing such horrible—" gently lifting his face. "But you know what I sometimes think? I think the world may be going through a phase, the way I was with Mother. It'll pass. Maybe not for hundreds of years, but someday I will believe, in spite of everything, that people are really good at heart." Peter, rising, going to the window seat. "I want to see something now, not 1,000 years from now." Anne, as she comes to him. "But Peter, if you'd only look at it as part of a great pattern, that we're just a little minute in life," she breaks off. "Listen to us, going at each other like a couple of stupid grown-ups." She holds out her hand to him. He takes it. "Look at the sky now. Isn't it lovely?" Sits as Peter puts his hands on Anne's shoulders. Peter rises, stands behind her with arms around her. They look out at the sky. "Someday, when we're outside again, I'm going to—" She breaks off as she hears the sound of a car outside, its brakes squealing as it comes to a sudden stop. The people in the other rooms also become aware of the sound. They listen tensely. Another car outside comes to a sudden stop. Question 1. What does the dialogue between Anne and Peter at the beginning of the scene reveal? A. Peter thinks Anne is courageous. B. Anne thinks Peter is unreasonable. C. Peter's situation is much worse than Anne's. D. Anne's imagination is much more vivid than Peter's. Please pause the video as you make your selection. Question 2. What does Anne's monologue beginning with, "I know it's terrible," contribute to the meaning of the play? A. It expresses Anne's innocence about the world she lives in. B. It allows Anne to speak to the audience about her mother. C. It conveys the playwright's beliefs about people during wartime. D. It provides background information about the story itself. Please pause the video as you make your selection. Question 3. What do the final stage directions most likely indicate about the setting of the play? A. The war in Europe has suddenly ended. B. The people in the attic have been rescued. C. The house in Amsterdam has been bombed. D. The hiding place in the attic has been discovered. Please pause the video as you make your selection. Question 4. Write a paragraph explaining how Anne's statement that people are really good at heart creates irony in the scene. Use at least 2 details from the text to support your response.